Hello, and welcome along to another episode of Elsewhither, Tales of the Unchained. Now, let's give it its full title. I'm very optimistically called today's episode Allies, because I'm hoping we might at least find one somewhere. But before we get on to what's happening today, let's think back to last week. Our episode was called Oliver, but where did last episode begin?
We were still in the library bar.
Yeah, you just got given that note.
Yeah, we were talking about like what had happened. We were learning about vampires and deciding where we wanted to go after the beautiful butterflies had to go on their way because they had to leave that evening, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 6:30ish in the evening, 6 o'clock. And you guys decided to have a meal and go straight out, and see if you could find Grom on the docks. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Who or what was Grom?
Correct. Grom was a child.
Yeah, a teenager.
Well.
Yeah. And Grom was doing what and looking for what?
He was looking for his cat Oliver, and he was living rough.
Yeah.
He's living underneath like some sort of bar or tavern.
Living underneath a tavern, the Rusty Anchor,
Yeah.
indeed. Living inside 2 storage boxes, actually, that he'd middle down into one. Yeah.
And there was only 1 Grom, not 4 Groms,
There
much
was
to
only one.
Boxxo's.
Yes, and he had lost his cat Oliver, who wasn't really his cat, but was kind of like his cat. Maybe
Yeah, it was his cat. He'd raised him, from childhood. But Oliver was a free roaming beast. And so you went pursuing Oliver. Where did you look?
On the docks?
The docks mostly, yeah.
In the Rusty Anchor. In the Rusty Anchor, they told you that a certain person had moved into the warehouse next door with a group. Who were they? Who were the group that had moved in? What was special about them?
It was Skinners. Yeah.
They were
the
Skinners,
Skinners, yeah.
indeed. And they'd taken over a mostly empty
and it was like
warehouse.
it's like the off season, right? Which is why they've.
It was the
come
off season
here.
for the Skinners, yes.
Yeah.
Which is why they've come here. The warehouse was currently unoccupied. It was awaiting the return of a ship. And so they had taken up residence in it, and the leader had bonded with Oliver as a familiar. And this was not a bond
Against his will.
Indeed, this was not a bond that Oliver was interested in. So you guys took the only possible choice and took a fight with them. Right outside the door. There were a lot of them, and they were very dangerous, and you fought them all. And I didn't homebrew that fucking item. I knew I hadn't done something. I literally did like 5 hours of prep this morning, and I was like, I'm sure there's something I'm missing. Well, that's what it was. Yeah, so there's 2 items. If one of you would like to claim either of them, I will produce them fairly soon. The first was the Great Club of Walloping. A +1 Great Club that deals an additional 1d8 damage to any creatures you hit for each size smaller than you that they are. So a large creature would do 1d8 additional damage to a medium creature, or 3d8 to a tiny creature. The second is the Blade of Bloodletting, otherwise known as Bloodletter. This is in its slumbering form. This blade can be shifted from dagger to shortsword to longsword, or rapier, whichever you prefer, as a bonus action with a thought. This weapon can be summoned to the attuned user's hand as a bonus action, is a +1 weapon, and if you land a critical hit with this weapon, the target begins bleeding, taking 1d6 necrotic damage at the start of each of their turns, until they receive magical healing. Attacks made with Bloodletter against a bleeding target have advantage. Was anybody desperately interested in either of those things?
I'm not as Pietro, but I would like to remind people that I do have the enlarge reduce spell, so if I cast enlarge on you while you were holding the walloping.
Yeah, if we face like a
nice.
bunch of goblins or something like that, that'd be nice.
Right? Extra,
okay.
what would that be? Like 2
If you could make him large, it would be 2d8 on every single swing against
2d8, right? Yeah, that would be good.
I mean, yeah, that's like a smite. You know what I mean?
This.
But I don't think Pietro can even use either of those.
Yes, I don't know if anybody other than Toothy can wield the Great Club.
True.
In terms of the...
I thought it's a simple weapon, though, isn't it?
a club is. A Great Club would be a martial weapon because it is a...
Oh, wait, you know what? Is the Great Club simple?
I think all two-handers are martial something. I've never seen no wizard.
Oh no, Great Club is a simple weapon.
Thought so.
I just the idea of a regular normal guy, like a regular normal.
I guess the maul is like the
using
martial
a Great Club is just ridiculous. Bludgeoning 1d8 save.
And I've got my scimitar and my short sword. I've got enough sword things going on. Someone else want to take the dagger, the short sword, the long sword, whatever. The bloodletter.
Corrie, you don't do sharp weapons, do you?
No.
The Great Club.
Bonk people on the head.
Yeah. On D&D Beyond, Jack. Yeah.
Ah, cool.
I mean,
Boxxo just needs his mind.
Yeah, you could just
He
sell
does.
blood.
Yes, and I have a backup just in case.
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah.
you're still right.
And it's a little too evil.
Okay. So bloodletter will be carried, but not ever produced on D&D Beyond.
That's how I found about the bloodshed scimitar, but then I'm like kind of leaning into that more. As like
Yeah, I mean, it's only as dark as you make it, right? It's bloodletter is, there's nothing wrong with making a target bleed if you're trying to kill an ogre. There's something very wrong with it if you're poking kittens. So it's all on what you do with it. Regardless, you can sell bloodletter down the line. You will need to find the relevant merchant. I think there are some stores in where are we? Shumar, right?
Yep.
Let me see. If I'm in the right country. Shumar. Oh, look at that! There's lots of stores.
Just say the great clubs on the you've put it in the D&D Beyond.
It might take a while to load. I will put it on your
Okay,
character
cool.
because it will always load for
good.
me. It's very weird how caching works in the strange world of D&D Beyond. So yes, you are on the docks of Shumar. Having successfully dealt with the enemies, and what is the plan now?
We have a cat to return.
You do. The cat is sitting there just looking at you expectantly. Eyes reveal an internal intelligence.
Didn't it have a what do you call it, collar that was responsible in some way? I thought you.
Yes, he did have a strange collar on that looked responsible. But when you killed, well, I don't know if you got his name. The collar shattered. It was made of magic.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna be that guy and say, how much exhaustion does everyone get?
Oh yeah.
I had decided to not bother.
Sorry, Josh. I can see it in your face.
It doesn't matter. I had already decided not to bother because basically you're not going to take another fight before resting, and you've got a room at the brushstroke bed and breakfast where you lose 3 levels of exhaustion per night. It is a luxury boutique restaurant. I did think about this when I was doing prep, and I was like, it just doesn't matter because as soon as you go to bed, even if you guys went down 3 times, it's gone. So yes, but I do forget to do that to people a lot. Yeah, Oliver looks at you expectantly, sort of walks over towards Vel'zekiss' right foot. A little sniff. Sort of rubs a little at your ankle and then is like, no, I don't like that. And heads over and brushes up against Toothy. And then looks up at Toothy, hisses, and then starts climbing Corrie's leg.
I hiss back.
I'll give him some pets and let him either perch on my shoulder or carry him as need be.
Yeah, he perches on your shoulder for about 2 seconds and then jumps down and walks next to you.
Well,
frankly, right now the cat has more HP than you do, so
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's best that we not stay here very much longer in case anyone comes back. Shall we head back to the Rusty Anchor and deliver this little guy?
Yeah, I think I'm bleeding at my nose, and my ears, my mouth, and my eyes.
Pietro can barely stand. He's looking for someone to like sort of help him and everyone.
Yeah, hold on, I got you, mate.
I mean, yeah, I can also like just give us a mass healing word.
Ooh.
Since we're heading to an inn anyways,
Yeah,
that way we're walking a little easier.
Mm-hmm. As you guys begin to head towards the Rusty Anchor before Corrie's quite got round to healing wording, one guy comes out of the Rusty Anchor. It's only sort of like 8 o'clock at night, but he's got sort of like a huge black eye. His one shoulder's going lower than the other, and he sees you, and he just sort of raises his tag and, hey! You had a good brawl! Me too! Takes a big swig of his drink, and then just collapses on his face.
I'm gonna give that guy 5. I'm gonna give that guy 5 lay on hands. I feel bad.
He looks around, he's sort of like, oh, not time. Not time. And then he just sort of curls up and goes to sleep on the sidewalk, like drunk as a newt, but now with 5 hit points.
Yeah.
Let's get this over with.
As you get closer to
Where's the
Rusty
boy?
Anchor, the cat will run off down towards where you know Grum to be.
Thank goodness. If he headed the other direction, I was not going to be going after him.
Do we even need to complete this visit? I mean, the cat seems to know where it's going, and I have a hard time believing any of us is going to take coins from that fool.
The boy offered the reward. What do you mean?
We did get a lot of money from the Skinners. Do we need much more from him?
It's the principle of it.
Very well, very well.
The boy must learn.
As you come
Maybe
up
you
the
should
corner,
haggle
see him
with him
saying,
a bit.
Oliver! And stroking the cat. And he comes running up to you, cat in one arm, and hands you his dusty little pouch.
I'll take it if no one else will.
Yeah, he'll hand it to you. Orin, sorry. 25
Orin.
episodes later. Yes, Pietro. Found him.
Nearly died for that cat, you know.
He's grateful, I'm sure. He smells funny. Like a lizard. Then he looks over to Vel'zekiss and goes, no offense.
Vel'zekiss is practically still crackling, I think. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I have a feeling just about everything down that block smells like me right now, but I couldn't quite keep it under control.
Oh, you do magic. That's cool.
Do you do magic?
No.
Good,
What is
I've already
magic? You
put
think
on
I
2
live here?
children.
You can start school.
I was gonna say good. I've already sent 2 children to a wizard school. I don't need a third.
No, I don't want to go to school. I want to go to job.
Well, don't get into skinning. Doesn't lead you anywhere good.
Oh, but I'm real quick with my hands. I'd be good at skinning.
Well, then
I hear
perhaps
they
you
go
get
to
into
the whale
skinning.
boats.
The city has a need now, you know.
Oh yeah.
They're missing
That's
skinners?
true.
Yes, many of them.
I think the guild might be hiring on then. Thank you. And he literally takes the cat in hand and like runs to his box, grabs a like sort of little cloak thing that he's got that's just made out of a tattered blanket, and then goes running off barefoot straight down the dock.
Yeah, I guess we inadvertently made a job opportunity for him by removing the majority of the workers.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me a culture check if you have the skill. I think I've got to get do the things that I say I'll do. There's just too many things.
Can I take a peek in the pouch while whoever makes a culture check?
Yeah, you can. There is 3 silver pieces, 4 copper pieces, a ring with a sapphire set into it that glows kind of oddly, and an expensive-looking earring with 3 little diamonds and an emerald. You did know about these prior to
Yeah,
Joe.
yeah.
Yes, okay.
But we never got to like touch them because
that sapphire ring does seem to be magical.
Oh. I will pour over it before putting it on, unless
2 silver. How many copper?
Oh.
You put it in.
it was 3 silver, 8 copper.
3 silver, 8 copper. That's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
The earring will probably sell to somebody, though it's hard to sell only one earring. You'll need a gemsmith who can extract the gems. As you put the ring on, it feels warm on your hand. You know that it does not require attunement. And you're kind of struggling a little bit to work out exactly what it does when you look down at your feet and realize that you are standing on a puddle. You are using a ring of water walking.
Oh.
I believe it is a
Who are you
requirement.
giving that to?
Giving? Pietro's wearing it. You may pass it to somebody else if you wish, of course.
I was well. It may be useful on someone. I was gonna say it might be useful on someone who moves around a little more than I do. Pietro's kind of stationary a lot of the time.
Any water phobics? Anyone who can't swim?
I can already do that.
I was gonna say we have someone who can.
I can't swim.
Boxxo can't swim.
Yeah. Maybe give it to a Mr. Death scale.
Neither can I, but I'll just stay on the land.
I guess you could go back and see how
if there's a choice, I'd like to stay on the land too.
The competition to resist being thrown into the lake. Pietro might win. He is slightly heavier.
I will, however, put on the fancy earring on the opposite. Well, because I have a cartographic earring on one.
Oh yeah. So this is a long dangly earring that's
evening my head out.
And it has sort of like 3 almost feather-like pieces that pull down, sort of like almost like a little mini chandelier. And then in the central circle before the 3 bits that dangle down, there is an emerald, and then at the end of each dangly bit is a diamond.
Very nice.
It's very fancy. You would
It does
assume
remind me-
once a pair of noble ladies' earrings. Go ahead, Joe.
No, that's right. It just does remind me that I sent at least 1, possibly 2 people into the bay, and I want to make sure they're not after us.
You look out to the bay, but the only commotion you can see is somebody hitting somebody on the head with an oar.
Good
Very
enough.
They are both standing on the boat, and one is just sort of on the other, donking him over and over again.
We've gotten into enough other people's problems for today.
I was gonna say let's not get involved.
Walk it away.
Yeah. You guys wander back to the Brushstroke Bed and Breakfast Inn. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. It is a gold piece a night.
Do we have the group funds to cover that?
I was gonna say
plenty.
like that'll clear me out. Corrie does not have possessions.
We have plenty of those gold little things.
Gold little things.
Yeah, like
Concept of money.
yeah, the money. That's what you call it, right? And I reach into the bag and just bring out a handful.
There's
199.
199 gold in the group loot, so 5 gold. Sorry, you all get a room each, and you'll be
It's a
offered.
gold coin.
It is called a coin. The proprietor will look at you. Bear with me a second. I do have their name.
Did you just say 5 gold each? I thought it was 1 gold each.
1 gold each. 1 gold each. I said 5 gold if you are getting a room each, because I originally said 4.
Okay.
The Lady Aventia Malcord is the lady who runs the place, and she sort of looks at you. Well, there's quite a large selection of rooms. I've only got 1 room that's taken right now. Any preference? I've got Acid Seaside. I've got Hilltop View. I've got,
Perhaps 5 rooms in closer proximity to each other.
of course. Would any of you like to stay in the Abstract Suite?
Do you
What's that
have
word?
anything that would have a balcony? I may have use of one overnight.
Oh, all of our rooms have balconies, so to speak, though without access to the dock or the outside.
Mainly, I'm just looking for something that I could get Moonlight to brew some mana potions overnight.
If you want Moonlight, you'll need to take the Evening Stroll Suite.
That sounds lovely.
Perhaps I should show you all one of the rooms, and you might understand a little better. It's your first stay, isn't it? And she will lead you down.
Yeah, it's our first day here.
Yes, she will lead you down a corridor, and you will see on the wall is a large painting, and this painting is of summer sunshine cascading down upon what appears to be a vineyard, and at the top of that vineyard is a sort of rounded cottage. This is you may have this room as your first room. Come. And she will hand each of you what is basically a paintbrush, a small paintbrush. And you'll note that the paintbrush has the name of this painting written on the side of the paintbrush, which is Sunset Vineyard. And if you place the paintbrush on the painting, you will be able to enter the room. And what you actually do is enter the painting. You find yourself walking up the hill towards the vineyard cottage, which is well appointed with excellent wines, and much else besides. It's definitely some sort of extra dimensional area. But the sun feels real here, and everything seems to be as is. You can pick things from the vineyard, you can drink from the wines. Don't worry, it restocks itself every morning. Please enjoy. Don't leave anything in the suite between the hours of 8 a.m. and 9 a.m., including yourself. It can be quite disconcerting. That applies to all of our paintings.
Do you have a room of the west?
We do, a popular request, though it is free at the moment. Let me take you through. And she will lead you to Westland Plains. Westland Plains is a sort of desert area with a large sort of reddish rock that leans out to the side, underneath which is a series of tents. And at the center is a beautiful sort of large yurt. And there's a bit more a semi-permanent fixture with beautiful silken drapes on it that are designed so that when the light comes through the drapes, it plays patterns on the rushes on the floor. Do you think this would be a very luxurious home for you in your own homeland? Perhaps a chieftain's yurt or a wise woman's yurt.
Well, it kind of looks like one of what my dad would have.
The painter is from the west, although they were no Tabaxi. The Yuanti, an old Yuanti, painted the image.
Are they still around?
The painter, they moved on. I don't know where they might be now.
Okay. Well, nice to talk about home.
Well, perhaps remembering it fondly might just be enough for this evening. She will offer you Hilltop View, Island's Rest, and the Evening Stroll, which is sort of moonlit nobleman's garden, with a rather luxurious sort of canopy bed hung in the gardens, with sort of like drapes that you can pull down over the top so that you feel private, even though obviously you're the only person in the room.
Corey obviously wants this one for the moonlight, but like the idea of sleeping in a bed that luxurious also is just like making him super uncomfortable.
You can nestle down in a flower bed nearby if you prefer. Yeah. Any questions or concerns?
No, Pietro will take the hilltop one, I think.
We do have a healer. Any of you need any wounds stitched up? You look like you've been in a fair battle.
I don't know if it was a fair battle, but we survived.
That's good. You like your evening meal in your rooms? Would you perhaps all like to dine together?
Perhaps we should.
Which?
Dine together?
Yeah, I don't want to eat on my own.
Oh, okay. Well, the rest of you, perhaps, would you like to join us at the mountain table?
Why do you want to eat by yourself?
Who?
You.
No, I said I don't.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
I also heard, nah, I want to eat on my own.
What have we done? Okay, never mind then.
Okay, so she will offer you the mountain table, it's called. And this is a painting, quite simply, of a sort of plateau on the side of a mountain. Evens out for a little while. There's this large sort of round stone table with what would be sort of stone stools, but they've been covered in plush blankets and cushions. And she will offer you a selection of mains. There is baked pheasant with leeks, smoked salmon and wild berries, barbecued tiger fish and papaya, roast chicken with thyme. I am going to put these in chat, don't worry. Stuffed trout, cabbage, succotash, and succotash? I never know how to say that. And plum pudding, braised beef and pears with ginger, and meerkat dumplings with sage.
Wow.
Wow.
I thought succotash was just something that Daffy Duck said.
No, I think it's like a very natural, like vegetable, maybe beans as well. It's like sort of all
like a vegetable medley, basically.
It's
yeah.
Corey cooked it while you weren't
Central
here,
American
Josh.
thing. Oh, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, so those are the options.
It's just corn poisoned with lima beans.
I'd like the smoked salmon and wild berries, please.
I would love the baked pheasant with leeks.
Huh? I really thought you said baked peasant for a second.
If that's an option.
Yes, we do have summoned commoner available. Sure we need.
Did you say before we could like gather things from the room and eat them?
If there are things that grow in the painting, they can be picked and eaten and consumed, whether they restock themselves.
And they're real? Like they actually provide sustenance?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can I take them out of the room?
No.
Oh.
It doesn't work, sadly.
Can we take the paintings?
Only if you want a lawsuit.
I miss mangosteens.
We can get
What if you overeat until you're not well and then you jump out of the painting? Do you feel better?
No.
Does it all disappear from your stomach?
That's the point, actually. These paintings could just solve world hunger.
Well-
just have people going in constantly.
So Pietro is actually very interested. Can I try to like what information does my cartographic earring tell me about like
You're in an empty
being
room.
within the painting?
It was like,
So like there's no like I don't see like the topography or anything. It's just like interesting.
She will sort of look around. Oh, curious. the boundaries of the paintings are very interesting, and with that, she will just leap off the side of the mountain on the mountain table, and she will sort of stumble sort of down the hill on the left-hand side of the painting as she leaps out the right side. You'll find that if you walk far enough out of your painting in one direction, you'll just come in from the other side. We only have 2 paintings that have food in them, and not really much to eat. I'm not sure we could solve world hunger, given the little amount that is in the paintings. We've tried to use the enchanted ink to paint nothing but a large bowl of food that you could sort of multiple people could go in and use, but it seems the amount that can be consumed within the ink is finite. We get the ink from far, far away.
You mean I couldn't even find a salt bush in the Western painting?
I don't know exactly what a salt bush looks like.
They produce little red, sweet little red berries.
Ah,
and then
there is a
them.
bush with a few berries on it, but there may be perhaps only 7 or 8 berries are in the painting.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a taste of fun.
We're actually missing.
Sorry, I'll take the tigerfish.
We're actually missing our most recent shipment of ink for our next room. It's arrived from downriver. Oh, anyway, that's besides the point. Sorry, you said the tigerfish?
Yeah, with the what's a papaya?
It's a fruit, and when you break it open, it has lots and lots of little seeds. Yeah, right, guys. Okay, good.
Correct.
Okay, is it
But you don't need to
Jack
see
knows
the
what a
flesh.
papaya is.
Yeah. I'm just trying to decide which one was a pomegranate and which one was a papaya. Yes. I think I'm missing 2 orders.
I will go ahead.
Well, this is where you see me roleplay really hard, where I will also order the fish and papaya.
Wow.
Ordering fish in real life.
It's like Joe's not going for fish.
I could barely bring myself to say it in character, but it seems like the most Vel'zekiss fish. Unless these are like, you have to choose like the rooms, like there's only one of each.
No.
Okay.
This is just food they've got ready in the kitchen to be served to all guests. Well, I mean, they haven't made all the dishes. That would be really weird and terrible financially. But all the dishes have been made. Yes. Oh, lovely. That's my favourite. Ginger reminds me of home.
Oh, and where is a home?
Home is, well, a long way from here. Endreach in the archipelago. In the south, and near the wilds.
I've never been.
Oh, you should visit. Incredible place. My home was on the edge of a jungle. It's amazing. Jintar is only a small city.
She's a human?
She looks it. The upper parts of the city are built into the trees. Always feel like the whole world is above you. And yet at the same time, the whole world is beneath you, looking all the way down to the sea.
I prefer to stay grounded, but I'm sure it's nice.
When I first bought this hotel, one of the first paintings I had commissioned was that of Jinto, but I've taken it as my home now. I can never go back.
That's cool.
Closest I can be. Anyway.
A taste of home would be nice.
I will have the food delivered shortly. Please be gentle with our server. They don't speak.
Okay.
Granted, we are like bloody and like all beat up, but like the idea of just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna abuse your service staff.
A little while later, a very pale man will come serving the food. Their eyes are slightly red in color, and they walk slightly stiffly. They say nothing and look at you quite intently. They serve your food. I'll take a perception check from anybody who's proficient, please. Toothy, you're sure at one moment that he's sort of leaning over, almost places his hand on Corrie's neck, but then pulls his fingers away. Corrie and Boxxo, as he walks out, you catch sort of as his lip curls the sign of a fang.
Thank you for the food. I don't think we'll need anything else at the moment.
What race do they look like? Sorry, did you say? No, I got that with the fangs. Other than
Humanoid.
that, like humany,
Yeah,
Tabaxi,
no elf ears,
lizardy.
humanoid, pale white skin.
Okay, cool. That's why I was asking the duh.
I know. I didn't know how much you'd missed. Yeah. He gives you a deep solemn bow and then.
Sorry, I was just going to say, a little after we begin eating and tucking into the food, what if the whole world is in one of these paintings? Would you be able to tell?
Yeah, because you walk one way far enough and you end up at the same place. I walked all the way from the west and got to Mazrea.
No, but that's what I mean. If the whole world was like one of these paintings, then you wouldn't know, because it would encompass the whole world.
Perhaps there are tourists among us, visiting us from another realm.
Maybe there is.
I have heard tales that no one travels to the west of our continent. Perhaps the loop around happens at that edge.
It's true. Nobody ever travels west from Gallania to Glan. Mostly because they die in the ships that are going there. There are people that have tried to flee that way. The other way tends to be east slaves, but very few make.
But like the Dreamtime stories, I mean, like when you fall off the edge of the earth anyway.
There is one other thing that you guys may have not considered, but time doesn't move in the painting.
Do we know that?
You do know that the only place where moonlight was available is the painting that was set at nighttime. All the others are set in the daytime. So yes.
Well, what if the painting had a clock on it?
But no, just in general, like the passing of time is not shown in the paintings, especially not seasons.
Can we look out of the painting to just like the hallway or whatever? How do you know how to leave?
Because effectively, when you sort of turn back, if you imagine the sort of cliff's edge is here, and everything's just a bit sort of like blurry, as if it's sort of being automatically generated, one might say. The view is only indicated by that you see in the painting, so it's sort of like it's as if somebody's tried to like generate a circle, but it doesn't quite all match up. It doesn't make anywhere near as much sense as that, which is a thing.
So that place in Spy Kids.
It's fucking specific, Jack. I cannot make that reference.
Same.
You haven't seen anything, so that's
I've seen Spy Kids 1 and 2, but not recently.
Yeah, you know that room where he. Yeah, you know the room where he records the show in the flute world.
No, I don't. It has been a good 25 years since I last saw Spy Kids.
Yeah, same. I remember it.
Well, good film, I guess. But yes, you may take a rest in your painting, removing 3 levels of exhaustion, healing yourself to full, and leaving you with the well-rested buff. The well-rested buff says that the first hit die you spend, whether in a short rest or through other means, will be the maximum number on the die.
Wow.
Golden Knight gets you a good rest.
I guess so. I guess so.
I really
Am I able to
I just read that as the start of the sandwich.
I read the start of the steak sandwich.
Oh dear. What was that, Corrie?
Can we do quick alchemy?
Yeah, of course you can. What are you making?
Just 2 sets of mana potions. I've got point to a blue mountain flower and then some Amida cap.
Yes, go ahead and give me a alchemy check. That's the word I'm looking for.
An 18.
Yeah, with an 18, you will simply make a standard mana potion with each one of your blue mountain flowers. For each 0.1 of blue mountain flower and Amanita cap, you will make 1 potion.
So I'll put those in the group.
Did you also want to make stamina and healing, did you say?
I mean, if there's time, yeah.
I mean, once you left those to
turn out a few.
Stamina potions take about 4 minutes each to mix. And healing potions take about 12, so plenty of time. Your stamina potion, go ahead, give me a roll for each one you're making. Are you using any extra ingredients or just bloodgrass and emetic wax?
I don't think I've come across any of the higher level stuff that's listed in here. The
you have
variation.
seen Devil's Bloodleaf for sale in a shop, but I don't think you bought it. Dragon's Tongue, you have not.
So that's 25 on a stamina.
That will give you
we'll do one more.
Stamina potion.
Ooh, that's a nat 1 on the other one.
And that will fail. The brew goes sour. So you get a greater. You get 1 greater instead of 2 standards. Which is life.
How many potions did we use last time? We didn't mark them off. Or did people use them from the inventory?
I think
I used one from there, and I did delete it.
Yeah, and that was it.
Okay, cool. Because we've still got 2 greater and 4 common in the inventory.
That's correct, Joe.
Yeah, the first one, like the first alchemy that Corrie did, went really well for him. So he was able to make some good healing potions. Speaking of which, I am going to throw some milkweed seeds in at the healing.
Yep, go ahead and give me a reroll for the Federal Wild Sage Root and milkweed.
So let's do that 3 times then.
Okay. 3 rolls then, please.
Yep.
A greater. That's a greater. That's a greater.
Okay.
Yep. You had 8 to 18 as your DC, and you just rolled in the middle every time. So 3 greater healing potions there. Nice.
How many all up?
Yeah, you putting those in group loot or just straight into Corrie's inventory?
Yeah, what are we doing?
Let's do them in group loot. That way we have track of them.
You got 3 greater healing potions. Rico, you're muted.
Sorry, should we all hold stamina. 1 greater? Since we had some greater in the...
you can just yank them. You can just yank them from the group loot. It's not
just pull out.
Okay, we don't have to like have them in the actual... Okay.
Too complicated. Too much juggling. Okay. So it's 3 greater healings, 1 greater stamina, and...
a standard mana?
And a standard
regular mana
potion. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay. For breakfast in the morning, there are 3...
I did want to do something during the night.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
So I wanted to, just in the middle of the night somewhere, come out of my room and knock on where I know Boxxo to be staying.
Okay.
And I want to knock on his door.
I slowly creep open the door, but just like a little slither.
There aren't even doors, though, are there? Aren't there just paintings?
That's true, actually.
There's a knock on your painting.
Like,
your room shakes.
Like, just come out.
Yeah. Then I guess I just slowly pop my head out of the painting.
You see me crying my eyes out, going, I want to go home.
But what's wrong? What's happened?
I can't stay in my room. It reminds me of home too much. I don't know if I can do this anymore.
Okay. Come inside.
Okay.
And I will invite him into my painting. What's happened?
I don't know. I just, with everything that happened with my sister, and then I thought this was going good, but There's a lot. It's just a lot. And then we almost died last night, and it's just a bit much for me right now.
Yeah, it was a really tough fight, but we made it like we usually do. And you know, they some people say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Have you thought about that?
I've never been I've never been that close to death, and it just reminded me of how my dad died in the war.
What was that?
He went to fight for the West, and he died.
Was it a good cause?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could say that he died for the greater good.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to die. I don't know if I could die for the greater good.
Well, if you did stop being an adventurer, what would you like to do with your life? Do you have other hobbies?
I don't know. I didn't think I would be good enough to do anything. My mum wanted me to be a healer, but I wanted to go out and be a hero like my dad.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know if I'd like a doctor that's called Tooth and Claw. You know, the name doesn't really go with something else. What what was it that do you want to replicate from your dad? Do you fight similar to him?
I don't know. They trained us for fighting, and it was fun.
But do you have memories of your dad?
Yeah.
What are those memories?
Well, he was chieftain, so he would lead the corroborees, and he would sometimes lead story times about when we go on walkabouts and talk about the dream time.
And is that what you want to imitate? You want to be the leader?
I don't know if I want to be the leader, but I don't know. It's just scarier than I thought it was going to be.
Well, what did you think it was going to be?
I don't know. I thought I was just going to get to help people and see the world and stuff like that.
Well, you are doing those things. You helped get a cat back for a boy, and you have helped, you know, get rid of bandits and things. You're doing what you set out to do.
Yeah, but maybe if I hadn't been the, you know, that's true actually. We have done some good things.
But yeah, we have.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to feel better. Thank you, Boxxo.
That's okay. I mean, you can stay here if you want. I look around. Are there any spare beds here?
Which painting are you in?
The moon one.
Oh, he was in the moon one.
Was it just one each?
Yeah, Corrie was
Is
in
it
the
just
moon
one
one,
type
exactly.
of painting each? Oh, sorry.
So there was somebody else went to Hill's Rest.
Okay.
The Sunset and the Islander left.
I took
so
those
there
out.
was the Sunset Vineyard, and there was the
island.
Islands Rest is what it was called.
Sure, I'll go for the island then.
Yeah, so what you've got is a sort of a set of raffia beach huts, basically, on the edge of an island. The sound of birds, there's coconuts in the trees. There's sort of the waves coming up onto the shore. The Raffia beach huts have these sort of large shutters to close out all the lights so that you can actually get to sleep in the dark. But there's 5 or 6 beach huts. So you can either have 2 separate huts, or the huts aren't particularly small, so within them you could definitely find a couple of beds.
Would you like to stay here for the night? There's lots of huts to choose from. I'm not quite sure what someone would do with so many huts.
It's a lot of huts. Can I just sleep? I'll just sleep. I just don't want to be too far from someone right now. I feel very lonesome. Not in a weird way.
Okay. I mean, I didn't think of it like a weird way, and now I don't think I cannot think of it in a weird way. So maybe we don't put 2 singles together. Maybe we just put them close.
Yeah. Just opposite sides of the hut.
Oh, okay. That's fine. And I will lead him into my.
You can sleep on the far opposite sides of the space, and you'd actually be close together if you went the wrong direction.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
All right, turn your bed down. Have a lovely night. Fantastic.
Wonderful.
The following morning, there are 3 breakfast options. There is porridge with butter honey, smoked, weirdly capitalized, smoked sausage, goose eggs, and dates, or warm bread, avocado, and quail eggs. Each of these confers a different benefit, but you don't know what the benefits are until you eat them. I'm certain that you're going to eat it, not drink it.
What were the options? Porridge with...
They're in the Roll20
Butter
chat.
honey.
Porridge with butter honey, weirdly capitalized, smoked sausage, goose eggs, and dates, or warm bread, avocado, and quail eggs.
Ooh, I'll take the goose eggs.
Okay, 1 smoked sausage for you, 1 porridge for Corrie.
Corrie.
I could only get between Mark and Pyrus. I couldn't get the third stretch. Yes.
There we go.
Pietro?
Let's go with... also the smoked sausage.
Okay. 2 for sausage, 1 for porridge.
Can I get the warm bread, avocados, and quail eggs, please?
1 for the bread and avocado.
The sausage, but at risk of understood risk of not getting the buff. Vel'zekiss does not eat the eggs.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Smoked sausage is where the buff is coming from. So if you had the porridge, you will gain 8 max HP. Is the max HP buff of the day. If you had smoked sausage, you will have advantage on strength and constitution saving throws. And if you took warm bread, avocado, and quail eggs, you will have +1 to attack rolls. Or regular. Oh, is it Jack that got...
Nice.
Come on.
Very nice.
Could have been somebody who attacks once.
That's amazing.
Originally, I had +1 to spell attacks, and then I changed it, and my thinking, "Oh, that's mean." If one of the fighters, if one of the melees picks it, now he's got it. Cool. Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves for 30 seconds. If I don't take these jeans off, I'm gonna cry.
I'm beaming, like smiles on my face. I look great.
Are you feeling better today, Toothy?
Yeah, let's do some good.
Good. I'm glad.
While we're here, I wanted to make everybody pies. I'm really sorry that I forgot to make them yesterday. I feel like we needed them so many times, and we never had them, so I want to make sure I did it first thing today.
How could
That's
you?
okay.
How could you forget the pies?
No, don't say that. That's so mean.
Well, there was a whole ritual that we started the day with, and then we were on the road, and I just lost track of that day.
I adjust. We almost died. Of course. You make a pie whenever you feel like you make a pie.
Now the pies are pizza in my mind.
Yeah. It's a pizza pie.
When the moon hits your eye.
I don't know what about this computer chair turns my jeans into a castration device. They're perfectly comfortable everywhere else I go. Anyway, as you are sitting at the breakfast table, which is a similar to the Sunset Vineyard, but it is dawn over the same vineyard. You would guess it to be the same painter.
The harvest table.
And it's shared by other guests, and they did mention there's another guest there. And a very important and pompous-looking man, with a large cane with a huge golden top. Sort of is sat there, and he's reading what looks to be a newspaper of sorts. Newspapers don't tend to be distributed to very many people. They're very expensive, because they have to be reprinted by magic. And he's sort of reading this newspaper, and he's sort of, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Doesn't say much else for quite a while, and seems to be thoroughly enjoying his quail eggs. And then at some point he says, "Oh, you hear the Sildranic Society's boat's coming in this afternoon?"
We've not. Is that what the paper says?
No, I heard it from the calling boy this morning. I thought I'd pass on the news as you were down a little later.
Vel'zekiss, what does that mean?
It means that the escort to Metella quest is available from this afternoon. To those of you who just have no idea why I'm telling you this.
It's like, I feel like that's the people that are like needing escorts.
Today's the day.
It should be coming in some point late this afternoon. So you have a day-ish. I'm assuming that you guys got up quite late, given that you nearly died. So it's probably
you can't stay in your room past 8.
No, you would have had to leave your room between 8 and 9. But that's still quite late for an adventuring party. We normally rise at dawn. And now you've had like a nice long breakfast. It's 10 a.m. not p.m. on Dreamrise the 18th, I think, the day after. It was Auriga's day yesterday, right? That's right. The carriage day
sounds
yesterday.
Familiar,
Yep.
Yeah. It sounds quite familiar.
Yeah.
Or maybe the day before yesterday.
That was all like we had 2 weeks in the same day. Like 2 sessions all happened like
2 weeks of the
Auriga's day.
same day. Somebody really has been looking forward to the day changing. Yes, it is now the 18th, which is the day after Auriga's day. No special day at all. I can ping that so that you guys have it. You would know that late afternoon means somewhere between 4 and 8. So then
we imagine they won't be heading out until the next morning then?
You would assume that the caravan workers would be expected to assist in the transportation of the stuff from the boat to wherever it will be stored.
The offloading?
And then, well, not necessarily the offloading, but the moving from... They'll offload it onto the docks, and then from the docks to a warehouse, and then from the warehouse the following morning to the caravan. You don't have to do the moving, you're just there to escort the goods to make sure they don't receive any trouble or thievery. So the job begins when the ship gets to harbour. Once the ship's in harbour, there will be an hour or so delay while the tax collector checks it, so you will have enough time from seeing the boat come in or hearing about it if you're in a building to then getting down there. You don't have to be standing there waiting. Is there anything you guys would like to do for the afternoon?
Can I just make sure nobody who noticed the vampire fang mentioned it to anybody else? Okay, then I have nothing to say on that matter.
Did you mention any vampire?
It's fine, you don't have to. I just wanted to make sure.
Didn't specifically mention it or remember not to mention it. But I feel like we had kind of all
not
settled.
The guy, right?
No, it's a different one. Yeah, because it's the owner of the
that's right.
The bar is rumored to be a vampire, not the servant guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, there is nothing rumorish about that servant. Like it was clear and apparent to anyone who took a decent look at him that is a vampire. Yeah, he wasn't hiding it.
Pietro was just not paying attention.
Okay, so it's not like secret indication that actually this vampire is killing lots of people and they're turning the whole town or something. I was a little worried.
We only have a day, Joe. We might not even have like a full afternoon.
If we take this random look at a cart as we walk along quest, we don't have to do the.
There are also lots of shops in Metella if you wish to pick up any goods or sell any goods, etc. That might be something you could do.
Perhaps, yeah, we should try to go around and sell whatever we don't need or aren't using currently.
Oh yeah, I've got a couple of.
We have a lot of stuff.
I have a couple of like sort of magic daggers that I will likely never use. I was gonna offer them to Vel'zekiss to use like when he does his cloud of daggers, but like
It's just for flavor anyway.
His flavoring is cooler anyway, like smashing flasks and.
I do it with daggers sometimes, but
yeah, that's true.
Theoretically, the spell makes them so.
Exactly. So we could definitely sell those, get a little coin, yeah, if they're worth it.
Yeah, if they're worth money. If they're worth nothing, then fine.
Yeah,
I'll add them to the flavor.
Agreed. I'll ping them in the roll.
Well, just shout. I can't look at the Roll20 chat as well. Just let me know what is available for sale, and I will give you the price.
But going back to your point, Joe, like I think the reason that we had thought about the caravan guards is just because Eileen is still looking to get to Metella. So it seemed like. But I'm also cool hanging out here. I don't know.
No, I'm all for moving. I've been a go places person from the get go. So
yeah.
Sweet.
I
Keep the show on the road.
While we're sitting here, well, okay, never mind. I was gonna ask the rich guy to look at the paper and see if there was anything interesting.
Oh yes, I do have some news and information. Let me find that space. Where are we? Shumar, right?
Shumar.
News of some skinners taking residence in a warehouse that wasn't theirs. A fishing crew returned with a strange luminous stone in their nets that apparently gives strange dreams. Fenshara Relzen, the singer of the Choral Mask, has been claiming that she is haunted by a melody she has never performed, linked to an old opera. But the final page of the opera is missing, lost at sea, apparently. There is a prize reward of 350 gold pieces to anybody who can locate the missing shipment of enchanted ink for the brushstroke bed and breakfast.
350 gold?
Yeah, big golds. And that's it. Bear in mind, this paper would have been written yesterday afternoon, so it wouldn't include any news of your other stuff. Let me just...
Local Skinners found dead.
That might also be a good reason for us to leave.
I'll be there tomorrow. Let's be really careful there that I don't give the... My notes have the end of the quest. I can't copy that to you. It's actually... Yeah. I don't think that contains any spoilers. Cool.
Yeah, we dealt with the first one.
That's the information on the newspaper.
Dealt with.
Okay, let's do some quick buying and selling. Here you have Garana's Outfitters, Morena's Miniatures, Whalebone and Flint, the Prism Atelier, the Silver Coffer, Tideglass and Tallow, and the Ship's Memory are the stores available. That is basically places you can sell most things. I think you were looking to sell some daggers, is that correct?
Yeah, I think on second thought, I'll keep the Obsidian Blade and just use it as a sort of...
it's quite a powerful item.
Flashlight if need be.
Yeah, it will come more and more.
But the Soul Leech Dagger, I don't think I'll ever use for, so... Definitely the Soul Leech Dagger.
Okay. This would be at the Ship's Memory, which is an antiques and salvage shop, as well as a magical items repository. So he will look it over. The proprietor is called Thalor Velkar. Thalor will take a look at it. He's an aging elf with sort of very sharp brows, wood elf. It's quite an evil piece. Quite powerful magic. I'll give you 30 gold for it.
These daggers worth at least 50.
Sell it for 50, sell it for 50. I'll give you 30.
You want to meet me at a 40?
No. You're going to have a hard time getting rid of this to any that I would be willing to sell it to. It would be dangerous.
I heard there were some unsavory folk in the town recently. Skinners.
I don't sell to dangerous folk. Certainly not items of power. So, I'll need to find a collector, which means it'll sit in my store for a long time. So 30 gold pieces is my offer. Fine, we'll take it or leave it.
I'll slide over the dagger on the counter.
I'm glad you could get rid of your dark, evil dagger at all. Anything else to sell from you? Have to have something.
From Pietro, no, but I'm looking in the
plenty of stuff in the group loot. I've got a +1 scimitar that I want to sell.
Okay, +1 weapons sell for 15 gold pieces everywhere, and are purchasable for 25. So,
did anyone take those +1 daggers?
Sorry, I might have divided by 10 twice. Give me a second, Rico.
Okay.
Hold on. I think I might have just divided by 10 from my own list as opposed to from
the flame breather staff. I don't think anyone's going to use that.
Hold on a second. All right. So the +1 weapon is. Okay. So the +1 weapon, sorry, in our world, will sell for 150 and be purchased for 300. There you go, because it's effectively, like 3,000 gold, 1,000 gold.
So we're gonna get 150 gold
for a +1
from the +1 scimitar.
They're worth a lot of money.
Holy shit!
Then we've got 2 +1 daggers, a +1 short bow.
The daggers and the short bow will sell for 80 because they're simple weapons, not martial. So that's 240 for the 3 of them.
Let's take those away.
This is, I think, the first time you've actually tried to sell worthwhile, expensive stuff.
Interesting.
150.
So I'm taking away the
Rico. Pietro can keep his money. That was like your item.
Okay,
so I'm gonna give.
Sure.
So you take that
30.
money.
Take the 30. Yeah.
At 300, I did yours. It was at that point I realized I was doing yours wrong.
300. No, that's going to the group loot then.
No, take the 300. It's fine. You've got plenty of we'll work it out. Yes.
Okay. Take the 300
for now. It'd be nice to look at a nice big.
Next step. What else you said?
I've got a couple of items. I've got 3 signet rings.
Yep. So they'll be about 15 gold each.
Yeah. I've got studded leather armor.
That is not in my list of magical items because it's not magical. Bear with.
So Rico, can you go ahead and edit the? I've organized the group loot so poorly.
Yeah, I'm taking away stuff that we're selling currently.
2 gold pieces.
And I'll sort of try to.
Yep, and I've got a poison spellforge emerald, which, as I'm saying, I'm realizing would be probably illegal to sell because they're not actually on the market yet, right?
Sorry, what? A poison spellforged emerald? That's not.
That's
illegal,
what I've got written down. Yeah.
The thing that's not on the market are the spell ring gems. That spellforged emerald can go in a spellforged weapon to give it a +1 d8 of poison damage.
Oh, okay.
They're perfectly legal and do exist in many places. Let me pull up the document that has those in it, because you guys are throwing me some proper curveballs here.
You gave us a lot of stuff, mate.
So they are 300 gold to buy, 100 gold to sell.
Jesus, that's awful. Is using my background feature of knowing like if prices are good or not, is that a good price to buy to sell for?
Sadly,
or are they,
with
like,
this number of
screwing you
items
over?
being sold, I've not bothered to try and cheat you, scam you at all. I'm just giving you
I'm just this item
33%
specifically.
straight off. Yes,
Oh,
it's
okay.
the exact price. He does have like 20 of them to sell, by the way. Of these gems, and he's selling them all at 300. All of these merchants that you don't have a deal with or a long-term engaged knowledge with will sell a third of what they will buy at a third of what they sell for.
Well, then I'll say to him, I can see that you're selling these for 300. Wouldn't a fairer price to buy be 150?
No. I buy for a third of the price that I sell for because things sit in my shop for a long, long time. Convenience of being able to take them from you immediately. If I was to wait for a buyer and then you purchase the item from you, I would buy it for 200. But fortunately, that's not how it works. 100's my price.
Well, he kind of I mumble something under my breath. But I
someone
will.
that needs it is always going to be better money.
I'm not quite sure why, because no one comes to your store. That's my problem, but fine. I will hand it over for 100 gold. That's everything that I needed to sell.
Rico?
So I just posted 4 or 5 things.
I can't see the roll 20 chat, so you'll have to
I'll let them out to you. So crab claw quarterstaff.
Ooh, that is a new thing, right? That's a homebrew item.
Yes, I think most of these are homebrew. Bone whip, flame breather.
Does it say
staff.
slumbering on it? The crab claw?
Oh, I've never added it. Let me check. It's not even in.
Oh, that's just a
beyond.
regular one. That's just 15 gold.
Okay. Flame breather staff. Uncommon, not slumbering or anything.
He'll give you 60 for that.
We've got a bone whip.
Just 10.
The soul searing scythe.
He will not purchase.
Then he probably won't want the symbiotic tentacle whip either. Then
He'll buy that. He won't buy the soul searing scythe. The soul searing scythe. His reason is that if somebody was to cut themselves very badly on it, it could potentially rend their soul. And he just doesn't like the idea of that. It's super evil. Whereas the symbiotic tentacle whip is just kind of
gross.
A bit gross, exactly.
For how much?
He will give you 180 gold for the symbiotic tentacle.
Oh, very nice. Are you taking the gold down, Jack? I wasn't.
I'm taking the gold down. We're up to 655.
The tentacle whip's quite an quite a powerful item, right? I have got that right.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
The anchor and from the treasure cove and or the brutal Makahedal from the treasure cove that we found. Does anyone? This is mostly like questions for Toothy.
No. I'm set.
So the brutal Makahedal.
I think that's
Makahedal.
I don't know what that is. Like I don't know what it does.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it. Hold
on. So I can't give you a price.
Brutal Makahedal.
Either of my spreadsheets.
Oh, it's not on the Beyond either, so maybe it's not anything. Right home
I
about.
thought it was on.
Did I say what it was at the time?
Okay, this anchor is a rare maul.
Oh, I know what the anchor is. Yeah, that's another 120.
Boom. Anchor's gone.
I just no idea what that brutal Mako. I don't even know what a Makahedal is. Is that
like
the long flat blade?
It's technically it's a piece of like wood, but they got little pieces of obsidian stuck in the edges to make it into a sword.
Yes, and it does an extra 1d8 on crit. It's 35 gold.
Okay, well that's gone.
Cool.
Did you get the anchor, Jack?
Okay.
How much was that?
180.
180. No, I did not.
Strength
that
potion
brings
is
us
very
up to 870.
Moon touch short sword.
That's going to be equipment, I think, isn't it? Is it a magical item? Does it count as a magical item?
It's like a uncommon, I think. Let me just check. Yeah, I may be wrong. Touched. Oh no, it's just a regular.
Yeah, bear with. So that's 25, 2.5, 1. Just 1 gold piece.
1 gold. Get rid of it.
That's a drastic difference.
I think that's. I mean, I doubt he'll take this battle standard of infernal power, considering kind of evilish. Do you want that Hognack's Great Club from that we got beating that giant?
Do you want me to be the one with 21 strength requirement that's really strong, but you can't yet use it? That's up to Jack. Do you want to hold on to it till you've got the strength?
What does it do?
Let me tell you.
It is pretty good, I think.
Funnily, Jack and I are just talking about if he wants strength potions to bump his strength up for an hour.
That would allow him to utilize that.
So yeah, you need 22 strength actually, and it deals an extra 2d6 damage to any creature it has. And if you have 25 strength, you can wield it with one hand.
But
ridiculous.
Nah.
No, get rid of it. Get rid of it.
He will not purchase this, but I'm not going to use it too much. He will suggest that you take it to the Museum of Artifacts in Mazrea. Alternatively, he will offer to transport it there for you at a cut of the cost. He will tell you that he is taking half the cost, though. So you can have 400 now or 800 if you take it back to Mazrea.
We will take it ourselves.
Okay. Looks nice and light. Sure, that's not it's not at all inconvenient.
Okay, and I think that's it for weapons.
For weapons? Jesus.
I don't
think we're selling
71 gold.
I don't think that there's anything else either worth selling. Did anyone take Boxxo's old boots of climbing?
I believe that you allowed Eileen to have them.
Eileen has them. They're gone from the list.
Alright.
Does anyone cloak of billowing? Is anyone wearing that?
Which you were.
Am I? I'll definitely.
I believe you were.
You're right. You're right.
You were, yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
You offer it up and put that back on.
Yeah, I didn't.
We need to get me some plate armor.
Want plate armor? Okay. How much gold do you have? There is an armor in town, but you would. Oh, okay. There is a waiting time for it. But I will just tell you what it costs. So it takes a couple of days. 4 days, in fact. And it would cost you 6,500 gold pieces.
Oh, what?
Sorry, divided by 10, 650. 650, yeah.
Okay,
divided by 10, yeah. I'm struggling with the divide by 10, not divide by 10, depending on which document I'm looking at. Because some of them are the right prices in Mazrea, and some of them are D&D's traditional prices, which I then have to divide by 10. So yes, I believe that is...
This is like, you want a bunch of pieces of metal shaped like an arm? Sorry, that's thousands of gold. But do you want a sword that literally steals souls from other planes and all this kind of shit? Yeah, 40 bucks. Like,
the thing is I guess a lot of it is to do with who you can sell it to. But having something crafted for you will always cost more than buying something that's available.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, imagine
you can prevent plate as much as you like. I don't care.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But in general, like if you go and get a pair of shoes tailored for you, it's 50 times the price of the most fancy shoes you can see. Armor is much the same. He does have a breastplate that resizes itself. I don't know if that drastically increases your armor though. With you.
I already got chainmail.
Okay, no, it won't help you at all.
Can I play around for a little bit while people are selling things, because I don't actually have any stuff of my own, and I sit on 6 gold all the time for whatever reason. I can't quite make work with the character, but it's just my own inclination to not pay attention to loot. But I want to play around with that box that doesn't open.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We will delve into that now. Just before we do, is there anything else that you guys are trying to sell?
I don't think
Not
so.
sell, but buy.
Okay, let's do the buying real quick. Yes, there is an herbalist, and I have the prices. They're pretty much the same as the prices in Mazrea, so I'll just ping the document. We have this somewhere. I know we do.
Does Corrie have any use for this small barrel of wild sage root?
I
Yes.
think I already have been given the amount of that because I have
Then I will take that
7.3
also.
pounds.
Yeah. Good.
73, yeah.
Are you getting rid of all of these things in the group loot tracker?
Yeah. Yes, I
Rico?
am.
Oh, that's
I am.
awesome.
Oh, okay.
Just
I don't have the
moving.
prices on her. Where are we? Botanical Bounty, is that right? I'm just gonna screenshot this and send it to you.
Also, I'm just going to steal from the group because Corey has no concept of ownership. So if we have something that he has
neither does Mark. Always a good excuse. There you go. I have no idea why it says aisle. I don't know when that's
Well,
but
some message that was going to be sent and wasn't.
Yeah. I don't know what it was or what it was to do with.
Yes.
Oh, I never answered your question. I just wrote aisle and never got any further. No, it's better to do both. That's the really sad answer. Anyway, that's your list. Purchase as much or as little as you want. Spend the gold. I trust you.
I have a question. Sorry. Whenever we're all done.
Yeah. Go on.
In this loot tracker, I have 5 copper, brass, silver, and gemstone goblets worth 55 gold each. We all have those, no? Like, did we not each all take one?
I didn't take it.
You didn't take one? I have one.
These are these goblets have a magical
The
properties?
goblets, they
they
like purify.
Purify poison.
Yeah.
Okay. Why would two things not use one of those?
No, I just don't have it on my person. I left it in the group loot tracker.
Right. Yeah, okay, but it does exist. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it exists.
There's not a spell.
Okay, so we're not selling those, obviously.
Cool.
No, they're cool.
Yeah, I had mine in my thing as well.
Okay, anything else to
Okay.
bet or sale?
Yeah, are there any cloaks of invisibility around?
Yeah, there is.
You know, those super
you saw
common
one
legendary
in-
items.
You saw one in Mazrea. It was 115,000 gold pieces.
Goals.
Wow.
Just to show you that you might feel rich, but you're not. You just have.
Oh no, I knew I
some
wouldn't be
other
able to buy it. I just wanted a ballpark.
Is there anything that you guys want to buy specifically? I think the only other thing that might make sense that you might want to purchase is scrolls. Is there anything specific, Rico, that you were looking to purchase?
That's a good question. Let me have a quick look.
I think it's a pretty simple. I have all the spells at certain price. Yes, here you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So it is. I'm going to send this in a
Open up this
DM
spell
to
list,
you. We haven't changed messages in a while. There we go. 2, 4, 8, 25. There is a small selection of 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Okay.
You got 1,000 gold. You'll cope. Again, buy what you want. Take it out of the group loot. I trust you. Vel'zekiss. This is a box that appears to be made out of a mixture of cold metal. It's no single metal that you can determine. It's some sort of blended alloy. There is no hinge, no opening device of any sort. It is a solid box. It is quite heavy in your hand, and should you lift it up and down, it does not rattle nor make any noise at all. When you knock upon it, it seems quite thick-edged, but hollow at some point. And it is cold to the touch, even though it has been in a warm place for a while. Is there anything in particular you would like to do whilst investigating it?
Well, if there's no closing stuff of any kind, I don't have anything super special. I mean, I have, I have like thieves' tools proficiency and stuff. So, like, if there were any kind of like hidden sort of catch or something, I would certainly want to look for that first.
We're looking for a hidden catch.
Yeah. Hey, a natural 20 for 21.
Wow.
You definitely note that there is something that is not actually touching the box, but slightly away from it. It's not even that it's invisible, but with your understanding of how dimensions work, and a lot of the time when you're traveling, you know that you move in and out of sort of planes of existence. You would assume the lock is in the ethereal plane, set slightly out of the box.
Interesting.
Whilst, just to double sideways, whilst Vel'zekiss whilst you're not playing Vel'zekiss, you're playing the other guy. Whilst Pietro was scroll shopping, he did see a scroll of etherealness for 170 gold pieces. Side random note. I just happened to have this on my main screen while I said that. But there are, of course, other ways of getting into the ethereal plane. I think Blink getting into the ethereal plane. I trust that. Yeah.
I think that's
amongst
ethereal.
other things.
But yeah, can't target the actual lock from within this
Not without
material plane,
being
even
able
like
to
with
do
knock or
therapy.
something.
You would know that whilst knock might unlock it, you would still need to use the ethereal plane to actually maneuver the catch to open it.
Right.
So if you could send something into the ethereal plane to open it, even a mundane sort of, I don't know, let's say for argument's sake, you could send an unseen servant into the ethereal plane in some way. They might be able to do it for you. So you don't necessarily need to be there with your lockpick if you had knock. But yes,
Okay.
You would know that items like a box like this would be very expensive to create. Go ahead and give me a history check.
Okay. Lots of stuff I'm not good at, but 10.
10. You'd assume whatever's locked in here is quite either expensive or powerful.
Sure.
Which I'm sure both Vel'zekiss and Joe could have worked out without a check. But
That's fine.
It will get with a 10. Yeah.
Yeah, well, ethereal-ish going to stuff is things that I could theoretically, fit into character at some point here. So I certainly want to hold on to it, but I don't think there's any quick way to fix it right now.
No, apart from buying that scroll and casting it.
Yeah, right. I'll leave that to
Pietro
the
can
people who
decide
actually
if
have the
he
money.
thinks that whatever's inside it is worth 170 gold. Jack, just give us a ballpark. How much gold does the group have? Ish.
Over 1,000.
Over 1,000. You'd be using less than a fifth of your wealth to attempt to open the box to then...
Right, which probably...
might have something in it, in my thought.
Yeah.
Oh, it
The
will
box
have something in
itself,
it,
I
I
mean-
promise. It's something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is yet, but it's something.
Yeah, but the box itself could probably ultimately be sold for that much or something if it wanted to.
Indeed, even if you asked Mr. Antiques, he would have offered you 300 gold pieces straight away for the box.
Sure.
Just because he would like to know what's in it himself. Yeah.
I got a question above table, James.
Mhm.
Would it be a feasible idea for me to pursue in looking for an enchanter, or like however it works with magic weapons, and I'm gonna ask you like something very specific and just give me like a or a yeah or whatever. But like the short sword of defense, I love it so much, but you have to be wielding it. Could I pay enough for that to be like a passive effect? Where it's like as long as I'm attuned to it, I just get the +1 to AC.
You could enchant the weapon to be more powerful, have damage on it, or you could enchant a different weapon to have armor class on it. but whatever happens, you'd need to be holding the weapon either way.
Okay.
You would find it easier to put a +1 on a ring of protection or a piece of armor than you would to get that to work effectively.
That's cool. I just like the idea of like a little like short sword type thing that's like just always useful, but then I sometimes wield it.
The Prism Atelier is a magical store, primarily enchanting and removing curses and studying unusual magical items. The owner, Marda Hallowink, is capable of enchanting items, should you wish to speak to her.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
She would take a look at your short sword and say, "Oh, we could enchant it to do a lot more. It's certainly got capacity within its stains. Perhaps, do you want it to hit harder? That's what you're looking at?"
No, I wanted to protect me more.
Oh, I've got an enchantment of defense. Thrice a day. A shield. It will cast shield 3 times a day. That is the best she could offer in terms of defense.
Cool. That's interesting, but I'll hold off. I'll be like, okay,
she will tell you it will cost 275 gold pieces.
Okay.
Much less if you could provide the diamond dust required.
All right. Let's go to a vault.
Cool. Anything else shopping wise?
I'm buying some scrolls, but
yeah, that's fine. You two are doing
that.
Thing. We're going to take a break in a minute anyway. Is there anything else that you guys would be looking to buy whilst you're... Do we have a bag of putting things in?
No.
Do you have one
That's
of
a good
those?
question.
Because there is one of those available from the guy who you were originally trading with. For 400 gold pieces, should you wish. It's just otherwise you've got that hammer on the carriage, right?
Mm.
Yeah. Rico, are you done? Because I'll add the 871 gold.
Yeah, I'm done. Add the gold.
Yeah. Yeah, we got 1,065 gold.
How does that rival Boxxo's personal inventory? Have we passed him yet?
Yes.
Oh no! Oh yeah. Way more.
At least 8. Although Boxxo, you did have some jewelry to sell, did you not?
No, I sold that ages ago. I currently have like.
You asked me at the
gold.
very end of last session if you could catch 2 pieces of jewelry from the stash of stolen jewelry that was given to you guys in that.
Oh, then
place you just were. You got 37 silver pieces, 65 gold pieces, a locked chest with no opening, a great club of walloping, a red sword, dagger, short sword thing, which, by the way, you didn't try and sell to him. Did you want to sell Bloodletter to him?
No, we'll hold on to it.
You're keeping hold of Bloodletter. Okay. And there was also a pile of stolen jewelry that you would assume to be stolen, but you don't know where from, 2 pieces of which you took. One of them was an emerald ring, and one of them was a bracelet with 3 rubies, 1 damaged set into it.
But I did not add that. I must have forgot to add that then, because I did not add those to my
38 gold pieces for the 2 if you want to sell them to the local jeweler.
Yep, I will do that now.
The stolen stash of jewelry, would you guys sell that to the local jeweler? Just say, we think this might be stolen, but it wasn't stolen by us? Or would you be holding on to it for another town in case you upset anyone, or what's the thinking? Going to return it to the local guard? Give it away for free? You know it's stolen jewelry because one of the rings says on the back of it, "With love from Steve." So clearly belonged to someone at some point.
Do we have any inclination that the guards will, try to find the right people?
You would assume they would keep it for a couple of days, and if nobody came to claim it, they would pawn it off themselves.
I want to. Well, I don't have that much personal wealth, so I don't want to do anything with the group loot.
What were you thinking?
I was like, I want to go see how much it's worth, and then give that amount of worth to the local, like beggars, and then just hand the. No, that amount of gold.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's a real good way to get them killed. Yeah, you would know from the talks of economy that you guys have had, certainly in Vaz, if you've tried to give too much. Giving too much gold to a beggar would just make them a target for a thief.
Is that how much gold the jewelry's worth?
Oh, yeah. You're sitting on a couple of hundred there.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. One of the diamonds specifically is worth 30 gold pieces and could be used to revivify.
Oh, let's do that. Crush it up.
Yeah, I mean, you could just keep the ring. Just when you cast it, it'll be a ring without a jewel. But you can sell the rest if you want for 175 for the rest. The local pawnbroker.
Another 175?
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay.
As you are going through this stolen jewelry and handing over each piece individually and selling it, you do come across an earring that matches the one in your ear, Pietro.
Oh. Really?
Yes. They were a pair. The boy had both at one point, and then one got stolen and found its way into these Skinner's hands.
I only need the one.
And I will only buy the other one. And that will go in 175 gold pieces. I would have taken 15 gold off and let you have the other earring if you wanted.
Have the other one.
But if you do not, that is absolutely fine. Cool. With that, with shopping all done, we will take a short break here. Hello, and welcome back to the second half of Elsewhither. I've got 5 men in a box. What's the thinking? Are we wanting to go a little way out of town to open this, to play about with this box, then come in and meet the ship, or will you wait on a later date for the box? Or it's currently about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, post lunch and post.
Like, why would we need to go away from the town in case this thing explodes on us or something?
You would know that a box like this could potentially contain something dangerous, and opening it in the middle of a crowded street probably isn't the way to do things.
I see.
And just because I quite like Shumar as a town, I'd like to leave it nice.
We don't want anybody to see what valuables are in there.
Exactly that.
Well, I assume that Vel'zekiss has expressed his interest, so yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
We got some. We have time to spare.
Here's one I made earlier. Please put your tokens on the road.
Oh, good.
Oh, God.
You know, we need a map to open a box. Something is wrong.
You have taken the steps forwards. You will remain going forwards. Okay.
Did I not say I listened for roaring and hissing at the side of the box?
Yeah, you did. You didn't hear a thing. I've got 2 Pietros.
Maybe I'll fail to open it.
I only see one.
Now I've got no Pietros and no.
I'm getting there.
What am I missing? No Vel'zekiss.
Here we go. That's me.
Oh, all right, I'm just going to refresh. Clearly, there's not 2 Pietros. White square. Okay, Vel'zekiss. As you get out of town with this box, you all sort of sit around it. The box is about 8 inches, I would say, and it's cubed. It's a cube.
Oh, it's a cube.
Yes. Not a rectangle. Let's spread you all out a bit, shall we? Just enough space to fit a box in the middle. I think not a Boxxo, just a box.
What is the extent that Vel'zekiss has inspected this box again? Can you remind me, Joe?
So,
or James, whoever.
There's the only opening of the box seems to be in the ethereal plane, lock or the latch. So, I mean, presumably whatever's inside it or comes out of it could find its way back to our plane. It would be sort of pointless, really, right? But I think it should be relatively easy to manipulate once I've gotten the ability to manipulate things on the other plane.
Perhaps if things should go awry, we have an escape plan. Some sort of a contingency put in place.
Well, my plan, of course, is if whatever's in there is dangerous and it's on that ethereal plane with me to leave, and if whatever's in there is dangerous and it comes out and comes onto the material plane, I'll just stay on the ethereal plane.
You are sure? Deal with it.
Your panic seems to be your problem.
You're sure about these?
At least for 8 hours.
All right. Let's fill in the layman. Okay, we're gonna open the box.
We hope.
Okay.
Stand the back.
Yeah.
Standing back.
All right, so first I have to actually cast ethereal.
Yep. And as you guys...
assist you in the casting if need be.
I will give you guidance.
Place the scroll down. We've got a guidance coming, and then I will ask an Arcana check, please, with advantage as Pietro assists you working through the words.
All right, let's roll.
It's too bad I didn't. It's too bad I couldn't write this in my book.
This should be charisma based, right? I think it's set as that.
Yeah, so I'll add cards or guidance if the 27 is not enough.
Yes, believe it or not, it is not a level 17 spell. So you have succeeded. Plus the guidance and all the other stuff, yes. Ironically, I think you have to roll, you would have had to roll 2 ones, right? No, the guidance would have... Yeah, okay, no, so...
If it's 10, would have had what? A 17, right? So I would have had
so you'd had to roll
anything under like a...
without guidance. Cool.
And the other one was a 2, so Pietro can feel like he helped for real.
So as you maneuver your way through the words of the spell, you do feel the box begin to tingle slightly in your hands. Almost as if in anticipation. And it changes the music. To gentle and suspicious tension.
Up here a minute ago. Where is it?
As you enter into the ethereal plane, you see before you that everything has sort of faded to sort of greys and muted versions of color, except the box, which now is a beautiful dark red in color with a fabulous gold ornate clasp upon it, in which sits a very complex looking lock that you'll notice sort of the whole lock can pivot, as well as you could pivot a key within the hole. Sat in the top of the box is a blue gem that sort of emits light. Give me an Arcana check as you look at the gem.
Sure. Also, I think in the end we never specified actually a plane limitation on my bracelets, so I would have left one behind on the material plane.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Thoroughness does only take you, is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. Unless you have a higher level. So. 17 on the Arcana.
Okay. You note that this gem seems to be sucking magic. It's sort of grasping at you. With a 17, you think that maybe giving it some magic might be part of the opening system. Whether you want it to be or not.
Sure.
Magically trapped in some way, you might think. Is there anything else you'd like to do before proceeding with the unlocking and the opening system? Now that you see the whole box really in front of you. It does indeed have hinges and a crack to open and all the things you'd expect of a box.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I can inspect it for what it's going to do to me other than perhaps suck magic.
Give me an investigation check.
I'll poke around. I'm not great at this, but I haven't used the guidance yet. I don't. We're gonna have to use it before long here, so let me just throw the D4 on there as well. So 18 total.
Nice. With an 18, you note that there is just where the lock pivots. You see 4 little tiny red runes written on the back. Each one would need to be dispelled individually, you would assume. But they may release some sort of magic upon opening. You do, however, work out that it is upon opening. So you think that you might be able to unlock it and then potentially, well, no, you'd still need to open it on the ethereal plane, so you wouldn't be able to bring it back.
But could maybe be farther away or something.
Exactly that, yes, yeah.
Like
exactly
lifting a lid.
Yeah.
All right, well, I will attempt to do the unlocking part then.
Okay. Are you doing this manually or with magic?
I want to try to do it manually.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a Thieves' Tools check. If you do not have a skill for this, it is Dex plus proficiency.
Okay, so I will use my stealth roll. Just have something to click, and it's a natural 1.
Okay. You go to put the sort of the second pick in to sort of maneuver it around, and the whole lock twists around, breaking one of your lock picks. You know that you may attempt it again, but the next roll would be made with disadvantage. Is that what? No, that's not quite the rule, is it?
However,
we haven't done this for quite a while. You may attempt a failed skill check.
Also, just to confirm for the rest of us, Vel'zekiss is completely gone, right?
Yeah, but he does it all the time.
Yes, that's true, but not for such a long extended term.
Right.
Yes, but you were also expecting this. You read the scroll yourself.
Yeah, you helped me.
You do see the box getting manipulated.
Okay.
The box moves in the material plane as well.
Oh, I can see. I see.
Indeed. So that is
we can't hear each other.
No. Failed skill check can be repeated at the cost of a level of exhaustion. The roll is a single roll of the die, does not include any disadvantage or advantage on the initial roll.
I don't like being exhausted.
No one does.
No. Just because I'm supposedly normally in my previous life also good at manually lockpicking things doesn't mean I'm against using my magic to do things, and I have a whole bunch of scrolls associated with this wand that I certainly would have taken along. So let me just burn one of those knock.
Okay. As you cast knock, you will see the lock sort of pivot and spin very, very fast and then stop at a strange angle. And you realize that is what you didn't do with the lockpicking. You didn't have it set to the correct angle. And then as it unlocks, you are sure that you had 4 scrolls. Was it 4 scrolls, I think, in the pouch? But when you recheck, 2 of them have gone.
Oh, looks exciting.
It would have burned double the amount of spell slots, but you didn't use a spell slot, so I'll burn double the amount of scrolls instead.
Okay.
Probably a lesser punishment, really.
Yeah, well, depends what else happens during the day. Scrolls carry on, spell slots don't. But anyway, if it seems to be open now I need to figure out how I want to try to open this thing from a distance. I'm not great at this ability.
At this point, it is positively shaking. There's energy, excitable energy in them.
It wants to be opened.
Are you sure we should be doing this?
I can't hear you, Boxxo. He's in the ethereal.
You can wind up Pietro all you want.
No, I was saying to the group, are we sure he should be doing this?
Oh.
I think there's a way for us to stop it at this point.
Wait, can we see him?
No, you just see the box midair trembling with energy. That was trembling.
Also, I love the fact that he's gonna get distance, like he's gonna like back away. None of us know to back away from it, so we're just gonna stand here as this happens.
Oh, I muted shit. I was gonna say, yeah, Pietro is just like, he made his choice. He knows the consequences. We just wait. And like Pietro is sort of just like using his like Graviturgy magic to sort of just like hold him up, like as if he's just sort of sitting, holding onto like his cane or his little rod.
So it sort of depends how much you will allow cheesing with shape water, basically, and that's the only thing I really have that can potentially manipulate movement of things.
Describe to me how you will, in the ethereal realm, use shape water to open a box.
Well, so empty my water skin, and then use its ability to make the water move in certain ways to push the box open. But it's okay if that's not possible.
Yeah, you can kind of prop the box on its side, and as you sort of sit back and run this water down, the box sort of opens ever so slightly, and you see a sort of as the water immediately dissipates in the fiery bolts of the red flames. You believe you've triggered the trap, but you have left the box only slightly ajar.
I'll just walk over and open the box now.
Love that. Inside sits a beautiful ring upon sort of little chain, as if it goes on 2 fingers. The first ring has 3 blue gems embedded, and then there's a small chain. On the other, there is sort of rolls of diamonds.
I'm in the wrong thing.
You know this is powerful.
Where am I looking?
Roll 20 chat.
Roll 20 chat.
Interesting.
Oh.
But we're supposed to be unchained. Yeah, well, so I want to look as much as I can and see whether there's any additional data. This has been a very trapped box, a very protected box. Like, can I even take the thing out of the box?
Yeah, you will note immediately that inlaid in the top is a tiny little silver key. And you would know that using that to lock the box will trap it for everybody else other than you. The magic lockbox is officially yours now.
Sure.
And when you turn it back, it will rearm the 4 fiery traps, which deal 2d10 damage each. When the box is opened, the person holding it loses all of their highest level of spell slots. So that would have wiped out your 3rd level if you were holding it. And any knock spells, as you've seen, consume double the amount of spell slots. The DC for lockpicking it was 30. So might have been a little bit of a struggle for you. But yes, it likes knock. It prefers magic. So that lockbox now is your silver key in hand. You definitely believe that the ring has nothing to do with the lockbox, and it was placed in here, for protection.
Yeah, but it's not like take that up. The whole, like, there's a pressure thing under the ring itself.
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. I want to look.
Yeah, you investigate it to the best of your ability, but it is, there's a sort of flat piece of velvet just placed in it perfectly.
I will pull the ring out. The rings, rather.
Yeah, they feel oddly light in your hand.
Okay. I don't think I have any real way of communicating back, so I guess I'll have to leave.
Good. That would be real good for all of us if you are on the real plane.
All right. It seems like such a waste. So Vel'zekiss, he's reappeared after disappearing many times, but and I'm sure to make sure that I'm not standing in the spot I was, just so it looks like I teleported. And when I pop back in and reappear in that different area, it's in the middle of muttering about it. It's 7 hours and 45 minutes wasted. But there I am.
Your sentence is cut short very quickly. Bear with me a second. As you have come back with a friend.
Oh.
Finally free. And a huge elemental sort of comes to the side behind you. You feel a compulsion, Joe, to place this ring upon your finger. And you will be equipping one of these. A Ring of Air Elemental Command.
Ooh.
This is clearly the air elemental that had once been commanded by it. But now it's sort of... You sort of feel immediately the urge to put the ring on, and he sort of looks at you and... No! Will not go back! And I will ask you all to roll initiative, please.
Oh, shit.
As once again, I have failed to name an episode. What allies, damn it. Good roll, Toothy. That was a strong start.
I mean, if I could get the ring on, he would be our ally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the ring is on you.
We'll just convince him.
But you will know that to truly take the power of the ring, you actually need to slay it.
There's other levels to it, I know.
Yeah, well, I mean, without it, it just lets you cast Dominate Monster and Elementals. With it, it gives you all sorts of cool shit.
Mm.
A reminder that attunement is instant, so the benefits will be active immediately. Please ignore the random other 5 people in the initiative tracker. They are not here. Would anybody... Is that a nat 20 for anybody? No. Would anybody like to swap initiative before we begin?
Who got the... Corrie and Toothy got the short end of the stick. Does
Doesn't
either of them want to
matter,
go before
really.
me? I guess not, actually.
No, not in this combat. I don't think it actually matters, because like we're just destroying him as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm.
If nobody has any setup... Boxxo! You see a giant air elemental come out besides Vel'zekiss, which I'm just going to do... Yes, sorry. Just to make more sense. Beside Vel'zekiss, what do you do?
Yeah, I will run up to it and I will stab it with my psionic blade.
Okay. Ionic blade. Oh, psychic blade, yeah?
Yeah, 16 to hit.
On a miss.
Shit.
Okay. And then I will bonus action disengage.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Vel'zekiss. A reminder that with that ring on, you have advantage, I believe, to attack this creature.
Damn.
You have advantage on attack rolls against air elementals, specifically these things.
See
And they have
that
disadvantage against you.
Okay.
Vel'zekiss.
I can also try to dominate it, though. But then I'd have to kill it, and that would probably... I don't know how that dominate works. That probably breaks the dominate when you start fighting it again.
I think so.
Yeah, so it's fine. We'll just fight. Alright, I'm right next to it, probably. Is that what you did? Yeah. As I go back to the screen. So, I shall pop away from it, first of all. I'll use one of my bonus action metamagic teleportings to be not next to it. Okay. So that it doesn't defeat that or negate that advantage, and then I shall do some magic at it. Which magic do I want to do at it? Something with an advantage.
Yeah, try some reason you've just died.
No. I'm dead?
Yeah. In my tracker and on Roll20, you have 0 hit points and are dead.
Oh, I'll go check again. I just went into my editor, character editor.
I literally watched it as it was happening. We just died. Vel'zekiss, sorry, you teleported away.
Nah, I think I'll just second level chaos bolt it since I to use the advantage. Here we go. Natural 20.
Oh my goodness.
It does not affect the creature at all.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, you mean the crittingness? Yeah, okay. But the spell...
No, your spell does not affect the creature.
Oh, okay.
You may give me an Arcana check with advantage.
$26.
This
Damn.
powerful air elemental is not affected by spells below 3rd level.
Oh.
Let
right.
everybody else know.
Yes.
Does that mean my smites?
No. Smite is not a spell. Although weirdly in 2024
yeah.
it kind of is, but
That's
you may
fine.
smite freely.
Not even cantrip.
Thank you.
It's only going to be susceptible to your most powerful magics. Use what you've got. And that's my whole chance. I mean, I can... Yeah, I'll stay there.
It's time to kill some people. It will flail at you, Toothy, for a 19 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. It shall move to here and flail at Corrie. I'm gonna turn the music up because it's feeling metal. Corrie, that's a 12 to hit.
No.
And then it'll move over here and swing at you, Boxxo. For a 9 to hit. Oh, that's good, isn't it?
Unfortunately, no.
Pietro, you're up. I was so ready to kill some bitches. He is really, really nasty if he hits. But not this time.
Yeah, I
Go,
bet.
Pietro, go.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what I can even do to it because I don't want to kill everyone around me.
You have also returned to health. Congratulations.
Yeah,
You are no longer
yes.
dead.
I went into the editor, so maybe that's why.
Okay. Yeah, that really fucks with it.
Look at my spell options. Yes. Well, shit. If only third level spells affected, I'm gonna have to cast
magical
Pulse
weapons.
Wave or magical weapons. I'm not gonna stab this thing though. I don't think. I guess I could actually.
You could try, but Boxxo
If
makes it a
need be.
16.
Yeah. So I will instead move just here, close enough to. I guess I'm gonna have to get in its. I'm gonna have to get in its grill a little bit, right?
You have seen it attack from 10 feet away, so you know you're in its reach already. It probably could have hit you from there, so it had reached to here anyway.
Okay, well that's okay because I'm gonna try to get away from it after the fact. So you've seen Pietro do this before. He sort of like puts his hand in like a, we'll call it a Dragon Ball Z Kamehameha-esque sort of orientation, and a swirling black orb of energy appears, and he will chant his magical chant and unleash a wave of energy out in a 30-foot cone towards this guy. Pulse wave.
Dick. What kind of save is that?
It is. We'll click the spell right now. Con save. So, fingers crossed.
It's a 10.
Well, he fails.
Nice.
He will take 22 force damage.
Force. Nice. Okay.
And we're going to push him 15 feet away from us.
He does not move. He's sort of like the force sort of pushes through him. Cannot be moved against his will.
Interesting.
It is worth mentioning, noting that you would know he also cannot be knocked prone.
Got you.
That blue circle, by the way, is his reach.
If
you are touching the blue circle, that is his reach.
Thank you for doing that.
That's right, because he's got a weird shaped token, so it was really, This music is happy if you
and I will expend a charge from my Amorphous Compendium of Aptitude to increase my movement speed by 15 and not provoke opportunity attacks until the end of my turn. And then I too
off we go.
Get the fuck out of here, so I can move 10, 20, 35. We'll move over here, I guess. And that'll complete Pietro's turn.
Okay, legendary action. He will reach down and punch Corrie in the face. Boom! That's a 9 to hit. Corrie, you're up. On these rolls.
I was gonna cast damaging things, but I feel like having Toothy and Boxxo hit better is gonna be better in the long run. So we'll go with the standard bless everybody.
Okay.
Except
casting, except for you. Second level, so that's
how
many? 4? Yeah, so everybody except for Pietro. Sorry, Pietro.
You got your +2 armor class for being blessing, and that's good.
And that's it. No bonus action for me.
Cool. Toothy. Legendary action. Boom. 18 to hit you, Toothy.
No.
Come on. I'm never giving you that fate mail. Your turn.
Well, funnily enough, I'm going to
lower your armor class?
No, my armor class. No, I'm gonna Shield of Faith myself. I'm gonna have a holy light come down, sort of, over me, and my ring is going to shine a little bit, and as it buffs my armor class by +3 instead of +2.
Yep, love that.
And just move up. So it's next to me, so I'm like getting ready.
And then hitting it?
That's going to be the end of my turn. No.
You've taken a bonus action.
That's an action.
That's
Is that a bonus action? Is that a bonus action?
a bonus action, yeah.
Yeah,
I always forget that. Alright, sweet.
You may take a bonus action and end your turn if you wish. I won't mind at all.
Yeah. Then Then I'm gonna nuke it. I'm gonna do what I love to do. I'm gonna take my bloodshed scimitar, try to hit it.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a 19 because we get the +1 from the food.
So you also have
to hit.
D4 that
And you're
you can-
blessed.
I also have a
Blessed.
D4. So do I need the bless?
I mean, I would throw it out anyway.
I don't answer that question. You just roll it every time.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
That's a +3, so that's a 19 +3.
A 22 will hit.
So 22
Yes,
will
sir.
hit. Beautiful. And then, so that's the regular damage. I'm gonna smite. So that's 12 plus. Let me smite. Second level. Plus 9 plus 4, and then so 12 plus 9 plus 4. What's that?
I'm applying it. Don't worry. Just keep going.
Oh, you're applying it. Okay. And then I'm gonna just do all the charges.
The first
into
hit
the
die you
room.
use will be the max number from your
Is that how it
well-rested
works?
buff.
Wow. So
I did say the first hit die you expended my full number. I wasn't expecting it
alright.
to be used to kill my air elemental.
Okay.
You know what? I
I'll
thought
just
you guys
use
were going to
4.
carry this box for so long. Just like today. Yes.
Nah, today's the day.
I'll use 4. I'll just do 4d10, and then we'll the other 10 is just a 10. The other roll is just a 10. So
4d10 plus 10.
yeah. So 27 plus 10, so 37 on top of that.
37, 18. You will note that the creature is resistant to all of that apart from the radiant.
Cool.
But nevertheless, you guys have dealt 60 damage so far. Second hit,
Yeah.
Toothy?
Yeah, second hit. That is
Nice.
20.
That's a big number.
23
Yeah,
to
yeah,
hit.
yeah. 22 hit last time, so you know that'll hit. Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, of course. Cool, and then that is 8 damage, and then you smite again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smite as many
Cool.
times as you want.
All right, and I'll smite. I'll second level smite it as well. I'm not gonna crit fish. For like later. That's 13 plus another 7, so that's 20 radiant damage.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna put away. Oh no, not put away my weapon yet. I need to put away and then take out the other weapon eventually, because that weapon's done. Now I'm gonna boost
Okay.
my AC. Anyway, I'm done.
Legendary action, Boxxo. He will go to you. That's a 21 to hit.
Oh,
Yep. I will use my uncanny dodge to half the damage.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you will
I was
take
like- I was
10
like, you have one.
force, 19 lightning.
Oh.
So that's 29 half to 14. I need a constitution save, please.
Ooh.
Which I have advantage on because
Yes, you do.
Oh yes, breakfast. Very nice.
Which is a 14.
Please use
Oh,
your
plus bless. Yeah.
Yeah.
18.
Okay, cool. You resist the effects.
Amazing.
Whew.
Don't know what they are, but you resist them. Right, ignore all those guys. They're not playing. Boxo.
Yeah, I'll step up and try and stab him again.
Yeah, okay. You are flanking.
Am I? Okay.
No,
cool.
you're not. Sorry. Everybody else is flanking. He just attacked you, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That's a 24 to
Wow,
hit.
he turns around really well. That was really cool. Yes.
That was nice.
That is 19 psychic damage
And he takes
altogether.
him full. Nice.
Wonderful.
This creature
And then
is severely wounded.
And then I will bonus action disengage.
Okay. Vel'zekiss
Oh yes.
with advantage.
Well,
Also, did you have a wild magic surge when you tides? No, you didn't tides because you had advantage against this creature, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would have had to roll for the spell anyway, and it's fine.
Okay, cool.
So-
Sorry, carry on.
Well, now we're doing a lot better than I thought we were. So this sort of changes where I was thinking.
Let's throw a defensive
I kinda-
counter and be done with it.
No. Talk to me about the compulsion to have the ring on.
You
Is there
felt
any
the need to-
resisting that?
you want to now try and take the ring off? Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel like you could, but you wouldn't gain the benefits that the ring would give you if you.
Yeah.
Yes, if you take it off and then killed it. Yeah.
I'm going to take it off,
Sick.
and I'm going to say, "Listen up, you angry breeze. My friends have almost beat you already, but I have no desire to control someone who has been trapped for so long. I would be perfectly happy to sell this ring on. And anyone who might use it in the future, the chances of them using it on you again if you simply dissipate into the atmosphere are quite low. I suggest you depart immediately." And I would like to try to persuade him to leave.
I feel really mean.
You're fine.
Because
You'll do what you want to do.
I will tell you that I think Vel'zekiss would know this. Killing him will send him to the elemental plane of air.
Oh,
The ring that was holding him in place was because Dominate Air Elemental was used on him. That is what he was so angry about. So, by killing him, you won't be trapping him forever. If you want the benefits, you can take them. If not, he will leave. Gladly.
Send him
Go
home.
murder some other people.
Tap it in.
But alternatively, you could just.
well, there's
go off
kind
the
of
elemental
yeah. It's
plane
like
of
only
air.
half different than I wasn't expecting that we were going to trap him, but that I don't really want to use it to control any of them in the future.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
It's not. I wasn't expecting to trap him, but I also didn't know that like he might want to die. Does he want to go there?
Looks at you. I will return to the plane of my existence, whether you banish me there or not. I will just not be enslaved by another mortal.
I stand by what I decided. So
A
if he
boon
wants to
upon
go,
you, if I may leave. If you wish, he will go, but he will give just a simple boon to the ring. And the only benefit it will confer is that of a flying speed equal to its movement speed, which you may pass on to somebody else if you wish, because that's part of the thing. And then he
Sure.
will leave gratefully. Look at you. Then I shall be gone. He sort of condenses inwards and then bursts into 1,000 fragments. Taking the non-combat option, as always, will reward you a bonus in experience points.
Oh.
And you will gain 0. That can't be right. See our 0 creature.
I think it's 550.
That sounds right.
It is 2,200 divided by 5.
not enough.
Oh, don't tell me it's not enough. 440.
No.
Sorry.
Ugh.
Just the way it is. But you do
So
have
what
a
are
ring
we
that
at?
grants permanent flight.
Hey.
I'll put it in chat for you.
Alright, cool.
But 13,890.
Third.
Yeah.
1389.
So that ring
One
will
penalty.
confer the benefits of the base ring plus flight. So it is.
Good. It's still good for fighting them. Is basically the base materials. Base ability.
Yeah, you just can't cast the spells, and you also don't have resistance to lightning.
Wow.
Highlight.
That was a true
Damn.
Malonga.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, what the?
And just to clarify, anybody can have
Uh,
that. It doesn't have to be Vel'zekiss. Sorry, Jack, you were saying a Chumalota?
A true Malonga. It's a bad spirit of the world that manifests and stuff like that.
I think you're actually quite incorrect. I don't think it was a bad spirit at all. I think it was just an elemental force that has been, chained too long.
Oh, really?
I'm not saying you wouldn't choose to hurt somebody just as we might, but I found it distasteful.
So it's from the natural, it was from the natural earth? Like the natural world?
As
From
much
the
as
plane of
magic is
elemental
mixed.
air.
The elementals. Oh my god, it could have been an ancestor.
Are you a being of air? I suppose you.
You've given up a greater power, Vel'zekiss. But
I
you've done
don't
the right thing.
Sort of seems like much at what do they the flying sort of. I think they would still sort of, there's an airiness about them, but I didn't even really want that. But I can get places without floating about like a fool. So if any of you wants to fly, it's fine. Otherwise, we can sell the thing. But I didn't really care for controlling them and avoiding lightning bolts. I mean, it's beneficial, but didn't seem worth it.
I'll look back to Corrie.
I could fly. Could I fly? But yeah, I would totally take that ring. Nobody else is going after it.
And just a reminder that you will still gain the extra benefits if you kill a different air elemental down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just take and go over to that sort of plinty rock and just sort of set the double ring down on there for anybody who cares to.
I'm assuming Vel'zekiss will very much like to keep the funky lockbox.
Yeah. Oh, and if we sell the ring, I want the money this time. 6 gold are not heavy enough in my pocket.
But you guys may return to town, where the Ophelia is just coming in. And you will note that very self-important man that you saw earlier inspecting the wares. He is the taxman. Collector is that man that was breakfasting at the brushstroke and breakfast with you guys. As you arrive to unload everything from the boat, fancy seeing you here. And as you look up, you will see Krusk of Draculis Vagar.
Oh, shit.
Hello.
They said they'd be grabbing another mercenary group. As if we weren't enough. I didn't
You
think
probably aren't.
How rude. We've leveled up 4 times since we last spoke. And I got myself this. And he shows you that his sword lights up on fire.
That's a nice.
Isn't it just? And Ellis has learned at least 3 spells. 2 of which don't set us on fire.
But who needs it? You've got the sword for that.
Right. I don't accidentally hit allies. Unlike some. He looks over to Ellis, who's just looking a little sheepish. Well, it would seem we'll be working together. This particular mission. You have business in Metella?
Probably go get Eileen.
What's an Eileen?
She's a friend of ours that we're hoping to take to Metella. She's looking to get there. Also, hi. Do you know each other?
Hey, this is Corrie.
You're a new one. You don't look much like a satyr to me.
No, I suppose I don't.
Did she die?
No.
Ah, that's good.
Just
He
went back
stopped
home.
liking you.
Perhaps.
Seemed a bit preoccupied.
She stopped what?
We've got allies! Look at you all! Ah, you've got a new friend, a priest! Ah, wrong religion! Look at you with your little stars! Velos sort of looks down at you. Ah, don't you know the great dragons are the almightiest gods on earth, aren't they, little dragon? He looks down to Boxxo.
Wait, what did he say? Sorry.
He said, "Don't you know that the great dragons are the mightiest gods in the world? Aren't they, little dragon?" Is what he called you.
Yeah, I already know that.
Yeah, you should be telling your friend. Look at him with his fancy little stars.
But I don't want to push my religious beliefs on other people. There's lots of people to worship.
Why ever not? Do you not believe everybody deserves the glory of Mazrea?
Do I recognize that name?
Yeah, he's one of the great dragons.
Which one?
He is the mighty flame. I will ping you the dog. And then you may do your research. Bazarask is the flying flame, burned his name into history through ambition and might.
And what did he say? Don't you want to what?
Do you not believe that everyone deserves the glory of Bazarask? Doesn't everybody deserve
only
the
the people,
worshipping the dragons?
Only the people who are worthy.
That's one way of seeing it, I suppose. And you, points to Corrie, unworthy. No.
Are you worthy?
Of course I'm worthy. I'm golden.
Well, so?
And I have grand muscles and a mighty glaive. And I breathe fire. What more could you want? And he blows a big cone of flame into the air, just feeling very proud of himself.
Did we have a glaive at one point?
We've sold a few useless ones. What exactly are you doing here?
We're here
Same
to
as
be
you.
Caravan guards.
Oh, they did mention they'd be getting some extra help. Oh, the extra help.
Yes, perhaps they thought you weren't enough.
What happened to Goat Girl?
She's gone.
I can scarcely remember.
Did he? Anything noteworthy since we last saw you? I could sing you a song, write you a tale of your prowess. Let everyone else know that you're something. Do you have a team name yet?
I'll look to Vel'zekiss.
Well, we seem to be doing something to earn the title The Unchained.
Is it prison breaks?
There has been some keeping out of prison or sending to prison.
I can't remember actually what happened.
Oh, well, it's not quite Draconis Vagar, but it'll do. Well, if we're going to be working together, we might as well get on with things. Ellis, you coming? And you see Ellis sort of scurrying down. He's getting hit in the back of the head repetitively by something invisible. So just
As he walks by, I'll be like, "You only learned the 3 spells."
didn't learn this one. Oh, and what is it? I was trying to cast invisibility, but it seems I've enchanted a little stupid bird. It keeps pestering me because it can't see its feet. I tried dropping concentration and it just stays invisible. Bastard thing. Hi, nice to see you again. Anyone seen Kraden? I think he was trying to sneak on board. Get a first look at the wares. No, we better find him. Have you seen our little friend? Light-fingered little bastard. He's about yay with pointy ears.
We've only just arrived.
I'm sure he'll turn up somewhere with something that doesn't belong to him.
I like the sound of him.
Are you a little thief too?
No.
He's a priest.
It can't be both.
I've seen thieving priests before. Most priests are thieves, you know. They take tithes. But the churches have to spend money to eat and breathe. Ridiculous notion.
I'll have you know that money goes to help people. The churches don't keep that for themselves.
Not in my homeland, it doesn't.
Well, I'm sorry.
Spend it on priestly's richness. The goblets they use are pure gold. Absolutely ridiculous.
True.
That does sound ridiculous.
Yes,
You'll note the dock workers.
goblet should have gems on it as well. No, I was just making a stupid point about how even the pure gold goblet wasn't nice enough.
Yeah.
Don't be ridiculous. Oh, look, they're getting to work. You'll see the dock workers begin to unload. I believe they're headed to a dock a little way over there. And he points to the exact warehouse that you were in last night. As you head on over there, the dock workers begin to stop. Someone's broken in! And smashed the place to pieces, it would seem. Dead bodies and everything. No one's cleared up at all.
Oh no.
We'll have to get straight on the road. Load the wagons.
Who came? I sort of whispered to somebody, who came along and pushed the bodies into the inside of the house? I thought we left them in the street.
You did. No, that's the whole point. They're all strewn outside the main doors.
Okay.
And then inside the doors, things have been taken. The skinners have created most of the damage inside. And you get the notion that perhaps the skinners were here not for you, or even for a cat, but for this. You knew they were setting up for something worrisome. So you might have had to fight them anyway, but with 5 other allies was the intention, which would have made it a little easier. Nevertheless, you guys can load up the wagon straight. Well, they will load up the wagon straight away, and you guys can get on the road. As you are headed out on the road, Colette will ask you to regale her with some tales of your deeds, and over the next week, I will ask you if you could select a single deed that you would like her to be aware of. However, I think that heading out on the road is a really, really good place to stop. And we will come to the timeless tradition of MEPs. I have quite a few, so I will give one and then pass it right. I'll take Josh asking, is the world a painting? Which I did give a D8. I thought it was a really good and interesting philosophical thought. Jack.
Rico, just with his Pietro, little, almost quips, but it's just his character, where he's just I guess I'm doing 2 right now, but him being we're taking the reward for the kid because it's the principle of the thing, and then and then also when Vel'zekiss was in the ethereal plane, and we're what's happening? This is something bad gonna happen. Pietro just it's up to his own devices now.
He's made his decision.
Yeah.
He's made his decision.
He made his bed. How he lays in it.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Joe.
Obviously lots of good stuff, but I didn't really write much down. I think I like the pies. I like the making your pie, and Pietro calling them just making a pie when you want to make a pie. It's just I can't think of those pies the same way anymore, which is nice.
Josh.
I'm gonna give it to Toothy coming to Boxxo to talk about his issues. It was really cool seeing a bit of backstory and see Toothy's relationship with other members of his family. Obviously, he talked quite a bit about his dad, and I quite like that.
Yeah, that was one of mine, and I did give out inspiration at the time. Rico.
I now imagine the pies as little calzones.
I always imagined it was that, yeah.
But
pasties.
my MVP has to go to just the releasing of the air elemental and just the whole, Vel'zekiss' sort of persuasion.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And Mark.
Very cool.
It was more of a group one, but like just everyone exploring the limitations of the paintings of like, can we feed everybody with this, or like, what happens when you go out the other way, like everything, just like kind of the exploration of that.
Joe
world
asking
the
one question I hadn't considered in the creation of this at all, which is what happens when you turn back and look at the door. I hadn't thought about it at all. I was like, I don't know, it's like AI generation. We just keep it going. I had no thought about that at all. Yeah, I agree. The group exploration of that. I was really glad that you guys went back to the brushstroke and we sort of had a chance to really experience that, because you have been there already, but only very briefly to fight a demon.
Mm-hmm.
Or to dispel a demon or banish a demon or whatever with the other group. Yeah, I didn't miss anybody else, did I? No, good. Then I will quote Joe with "Listen up, you angry breeze." And subsequently, I don't need to float around like a fool. I've got other ways of getting places. At which point, I was going, I need to float around like a fool.
I mean, Pietro would gladly take it, but I think having our cleric stay alive up in the air is probably a better use.
Yeah, I mean, he's the frontline guy, but I think being able to get to everyone is really, really good way of doing things.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about
match, chucking around.
Yeah.
I'm sure that at some point another air elemental will exist and you can unlock the full powers, but I really liked sort of taking a medium ground here. I probably should have made it clear that he had been dominated, and therefore, because the ring was unattuned, but he'd been dominated when it was unattuned, and then put in a box, he was trapped in the box with the ring. Or in the ring, really. As soon as that was let out, slaying him would have released him. I could have made that a bit clearer, I guess. But I quite like the process. More Joe quotes. If the danger comes to the material plane, I won't. Which just implies that you guys can deal with it, which I really enjoyed. And I did mention Jack's sort of memories of home. I really enjoyed that as well. But yeah, that is where we're going to end. If you guys would like to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
We shall see you soon.